Hey, what's up, my betas? It's your boy Nightwolf, and welcome back. Now, some of you OGs may remember, I did a Stranger Things character tier list, almost 2 years ago? Something like that. I don't remember, but it was a while ago, and it was when Season 3 dropped. Now, as many of you know, Season 4 has dropped, and we have had a large array of brand new characters that we love and we hate. So, I wanted to jump back in here and make a tier list for Season 4 specifically. Not ranking all of the characters over again, ranking the characters on their performance and their storylines in Season 4 specifically. That's what I wanted to do on here. So, let's not waste no time. Let's just jump in to Stranger Things Season 4, of course, naturally. If you haven't put it together, spoilers for Season 4 will be discussed here. Maybe not in full detail, but spoilers will be discussed. So, that's your warning. Anyways, to start off this tier list, of course, we got my boy, Eddie the Banished Munson. Listen, do I even have to explain myself? The Duffer Brothers did him dirty as shit. Okay? Justice for Eddie. I hate what y'all did to my nigga. But oh my god, talk about making an impact within one season. Well, no, fuck that. Talk about making an impact within one episode, 2 episodes. Eddie Munson has grown to become one of my favorite characters, period. Throughout the entire Stranger Things history, throughout the entire Stranger Things cast, he's grown to become one of my favorite characters, and I've looked at him, and I look at him like that older brother that I never had. That D&D, emo, punk, heavy metal older brother that I wish that I had in middle school and high school. But I think it's only right. I'm gonna have to put my boy in S tier for this season. Eddie is a S tier character. Is this Chief Powell? I'm gonna be honest, was never really a crazy fan of his or the other cop. Especially in this season, they kind of let Jason walk all over them, and simply for that, he's gonna be riding the D tier. Erica Sinclair. She was introduced in Season 2, I believe, for what I remember. And I'm gonna be honest, Season 2, I kind of found her annoying for like a split second. Just wait, before you boo me. For like a brief moment, I kind of found her annoying, but in like that little sister way. Know what I mean? Season 3 was when I really began to like Erica, and even in Season 3, I was kind of on the fence with her. But after rewatching all the Stranger Things from Season 1 to get ready for Season 4, Erica has definitely grown to be one of my favorite characters. I don't think she's S tier for me. I don't think she's S tier. She's either... I think she's mid-A for me. I think she's mid-A. So we're going to put her in A tier for now. Next up, oh my god. Oh my god. Jason. Listen, okay? I understand where Jason was coming from, kind of. You know what I mean? Like I understand where his mind was and why he was doing what he was doing, and why he, well, not why, but I can kind of understand and rationalize where his mental state is at. But oh my god, that this man pissed me off more than Vecna did. Holy shit. Holy shit. The thing is, do I rank him really high because he served his purpose as a character? So do I rank him really high as a character because he did his job? He annoyed the shit out of me. He pissed me off. So do I rank him high because he is a good character? He served his purpose, or do I rank him low because I think I'm ranking them off of the characters and their storylines, like if I care about them or not. So I'll put this bitch nigga in a D. His name is Fred, I believe. Fred, yeah, Fred. Um, didn't really care about him. It sucks what happened to him in his past, and he's Vecna's second victim. Um, it sucks. I didn't really get to really know him. I think he died like episode 2. I'll put him in C. Or matter of fact, I'll put him at the top of D. Miss Kelly, the therapist. I know that, but I forgot her name. I think her name was Miss Kelly. There's a lot of theories with her. There's a lot of theories with her and Vecna, and how Vecna even knows about Vecna knows about the trauma because he got that like cerebral hive mind shit. But Miss Kelly, personally, I don't think there is anything more to her character. I think she's just so happens to be the school therapist, and she, the school counselor, and all of the victims just so happen to be visiting her because they all go to the same school. So for me, she's at the top of D tier. Papa, Dr. Martin Brenner. Well, he's back. I've always got the feeling, especially like even in season 1, I always got the feeling that he wasn't dead. And then in season 2, there was that line of like, oh, Brenner's not dead, Brenner's still alive. I knew that they were gonna bring him back. I just didn't know when and for what purpose. And to bring him back to help Elle get her powers, made sense to me. That fit thematically. That seemingly worked pretty well. For this season, he's still a bitch. He's still a bitch boy. But I do like his storyline with Elle, and Elle realizing like, this man does care about me in his own weird, twisted, demented, abusive way. And he probably does want to help me, but he's such a selfish asshole, and like I have to let him go and just let him die. That was so powerful for me. That was such a powerful moment. And simply for that, I am going to put him in C tier. Simply for that storyline. He's in C tier this season. So he's here and he's also here. So I'll just say that he is the orderly inside of the facility. I'll be honest, when he was introduced as the orderly the first time, I was kind of concerned. I was like, oh, I hope this isn't like another Callie situation where like we spend an entire episode with just Elle and this random guy that we never heard of, and like have him teach her about one. So at first I was kind of concerned with his character. I was like, this is kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about this. But as the storyline continued, things started falling into place, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, this guy's actually really important. And then to find out that he's Victor Creel's son, Henry Creel, that was a shock. So I'll say he's either at the top of C or really low B. I think he's really low B, if I'm being honest. Like, he's like last B. Somewhere around there. Chrissy. Baby girl. Jesus, man. I felt so bad for her that first episode. And then to see where her fate led her, that shit sucked. That shit sucked a lot, man. And it hurt. But I think Chrissy served her purpose. For the limited amount of screen time that she had, I felt bad for her. I felt connected to her. I was like, damn, like she's probably dealing with a lot of shit, and to see her chemistry with Eddie was really natural as well too. Unfortunately, just because of the screen time and just because of how she kind of like was like a plot narrative, I can't give her like above a B. I just can't. But I really love Chrissy, so I'm gonna put Chrissy at as well. Unfortunately, some of y'all finna get mad at this, I know. At the bottom of B tier for me as well. I forgot her name. But this is the girl that Robin likes. Same kind of thing with Chrissy, where I wish I had more time with her. I mean, I think we're gonna get more time with her in season 5, hopefully, to really learn about her character. But as of right now, I don't really know much about her. I know that she had a boyfriend or like a friend that came down and like they were like together for like a weekend. But and she also might be bisexual or gay or whatever. We're not too sure yet. I'm interested to learn a lot about her, but for this season, I can't really give her anything above a D. To be honest, I think she's like right here. I think this is like a good spot for her. Max, man, did the Duffer Brothers make me go from being Max is kind of like a side character to, oh my god, I was crying tears at the end of this season and episode 4, and just her dealing with this depression and anxiety, and that being personified into Vecna, which I will get more into with the Vecna ranking. To see what they did with Max this season, oh my god, it was so good. Honestly, Max has become one of my favorite characters. In this season alone, she has become a S tier character for me. She is an S tier character for me. Max has gone through so much shit. So much. And then the whole storyline, like connecting to Vecna, and then dealing with that like PTSD, depression, that guilt, survivor's guilt. Dealing with Billy's death, with what happened with the Mind Flayer season 3. Tying that all together to then propel her forward. Oh my god. So satisfying. Hopper. Now Hopper is interesting, because I personally believe, now listen, okay, hear me out. I personally believe Hopper should have died season 3. I know. A lot of y'all finna, bro, what you talking about? That ending to season 3 makes me cry every single time without failure. The letter from Elle, the montage, the buyers moving away, and that impact of Hopper's death, a main character dead, was such a pinpoint for me of like, holy shit, this show can go there. And then they kind of pulled it back out with like Hopper being still alive and then being in Russia. The Russia jail storyline in volume 1 for me was kind of like, it was not bad at all. It was not bad whatsoever. It was just kind of meh for me. It was kind of mid. And mid doesn't mean bad, by the way, guys. Like learn that, please. Mid does not mean terrible or ass. Mid means it's okay. Like, it's not great and it's not terrible. It's kind of okay. Like, it's good. I think that storyline in volume 1 was kind of mid, if I'm going to be honest. But volume 2 really like tied things together for me, and I really, really appreciated that storyline more. So just for that, I'm gonna give Hopper, I'll say he's the top of A tier for now. We might move him around. Well, hold on. Hopper did have that wicked ass heavy metal sword fight with a Demogorgon, and that shit was so cool. That was so heavy metal, so D&D. Unfortunately, I just feel like Volume 1 storyline just kind of teared him down. That first fight with the Demogorgon, however, so worth it. So worth the 6-7 episodes of us just sitting there with him in prison trying to escape, not escaping, getting caught, going back to the prison, you know, being betrayed, and then escaping again, and then having to go back inside. Like, those 2 fights with the Demogorgon made that whole storyline worth it for me. So, top of A tier. Top of A tier is fair, I think. Oh no, Jonathan Byers, what did they do to you, my boy? Jonathan was one of my favorite characters in season 1. I loved Jonathan season 1. Even in season 2, I really liked Jonathan. And I liked his connection with Will, his relationship with Nancy, the way that he was just... He's like the core supporting character for me. Even in season 1. Like, season 1, the Byers was kind of like the main characters, if I'm going to be honest. Like Joyce, Jonathan, even shit, Mike. Like, those characters were the main characters in season 1, I would say, personally. So to see him get kind of pushed, like, he was always kind of a supporting character, but to see him get pushed this far away, and just to see him, like, the way that he's acting towards Nancy, and the whole relationship with Nancy that I'm gonna get into whenever it comes to Steve and Nancy's ranking. But that storyline this season, like, the California storyline in Volume 1 was okay. It was funny. It was really funny, and, like, it had some really high highs. But I feel like out of all the storylines in Season 4, it was the weakest, personally. That's just me. I feel like the California storyline was pretty weak. And I hope that they give Jonathan more to do. Like, give him some more lines. Let him be there for Will more often. Let him do more. Let him be with Nancy and let them do some more stuff. Or it doesn't even have to be with Nancy. Let him just do more. Give him more to do, please. But for this season, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give him the C tier. I don't think he did anything important. Matter of fact, I don't want to do this, but I think he's top of D. What is one thing Jonathan Byers did this season, other than get stoned with Argyle? I can't think of anything. Now, we got Enzo. I forgot what his real name is, but Enzo. This man did so much shit for Hopper when he did not need to. Like, he's so clutch. He's such a clutch character. He's such a real one out of nowhere. And he was introduced this season, and I didn't really care about him until the moment where they were talking to each other, Hopper and him. And Hopper started going into the whole Agent Orange backstory with, like, the war and stuff. That's, like, around that point, I started feeling like, damn, okay, Enzo might be a core character, a core supporting character. I think he's above Chrissy for me, simply because of how much he did. Actually, he might be above the Orderly as well. Yeah. Mike Wheeler. Michael. How did they massacre my boy? Again, it's the same thing with Jonathan. Mike was one of my favorite characters in season 1 and 2. I loved Mike. I still love Mike. But there is a shift in his character that took place around season 3. That he's kind of like Mike has always been kind of an asshole, but he's always been there for his friends, and he's always been a supporter. Like, Will said it best this season. He's the heart, right? He's the heart. And it's the same thing with Jonathan. They kind of just shoved him this season again, because they kind of did it in season 3 as well. They kind of just shoved him with Elle, or, like, all about Elle, and was just like, here you go. Like, there's not, like, it kind of feels like they don't know what to do with his character anymore, which sucks. Which really sucks, because I really like Finn Wolfhard, and I think he's a good actor, and he plays Mike very well. I just wish that they had something more to do with him. C tier, I think he's under Brenner, unfortunately, this season. Like, I feel like Brenner helped move the plot forward more than Mike did. Like, Mike was just confused and kind of an asshole this entire season towards Will, towards Elle. Which sucks, because that's not who he is. Like that's not who Mike is. So I don't really understand where the writing team is taking Mike's character. I seriously don't get it. But hopefully in season 5 we do see some sort of improvement with his characters and the way that he's handling his relationships, because it kind of sucks to see him do it this way. Victor Creel. Now, there's not much to explain for Victor Creel. He served his purpose. He was a plot device. He helped push the plot forward. He's very interesting to me. Very, very interesting to me. I'll give him bottom of C tier. His story was very fascinating, and like he set up the main mystery for this entire season. With like the whole Creel house and like the haunted house aspect of it. But yeah, bottom of C. Steve the Hare Harrington. My boy. My boy. Now, I'm going to say something that's going to be very controversial, and I might get canceled, and I might get dragged on Stranger Things Twitter, but this is my opinion. Steve should have died this season. Hey, listen, I know, it's crazy to say, I love Steve. Steve is one of my favorite characters. If you go back and watch my old tier list, Steve was S tier for me for season 3. Season 3 and season 2, he's S tier. He's an S tier character. This season, however, I feel like they should have killed Steve instead of Eddie. I feel like they should have killed Steve instead of Eddie. I'm sorry, okay? If you wanted it to hit more, right? I cried when Eddie died. But it kind of pissed me off because Stranger Things loves to introduce new characters and kill them in that same season. That same exact season. And that's kind of, like, you've done it like 4 times already, guys. This is season 4. Every season you've done it. Like, come on, guys. Come on, bro. And like Eddie was so cool. Steve, I don't know where they're gonna take his storyline. I don't know where Steve's story lies now. Like, Steve has completed his arc. Steve has completed his arc already, so I thought they were going to just kill him. I thought, you know what? This is the season. He's starting to kind of like rekindle his relationship with Nancy, and he's talking about the future, wanting 6 kids and like this RV. I'm like, yep, this is the season. This is the time. And it made sense. But then they didn't do it, and Eddie died, and I was kind of like, okay, that's all right. I'm hurt. My heart's broken, but cool. I'll say Steve has been an A tier character. He's not a S tier character for me this season, because I found his storyline with Nancy of like, let's rekindle our love kind of boring. Kind of boring in like the aspect of like, not like it's bad, just kind of like, I don't really care. It's because of just how much they've massacred Jonathan's character. I'm just kind of like, I don't really care, like, if you guys get back together. Like, Steve, you kind of deserve better, if I'm being honest. Like, you kind of deserve better than Nancy. Elle this season was interesting, to put it mildly. This season has been her training arc. She went into the hyperbolic time chamber with Brenner to get her powers back, and she was working out, and she was, you know, getting back into that mojo, and I think we're gonna see her a lot more in season 5. Season 4, however, she had some really cool moments. She had some really cool moments. Most of the time, however, she was off away in training or getting bullied. So I'm not in love with her storyline. I think she's top of A tier for me, actually. I think Steve's under L for sure. I think L's top of A tier for me. For this season. Joyce. Okay, not to beat a dead horse, but the Byers were kind of the main characters in season 1, and I feel like around season 3 was when the Byers family, and Mike included, just kind of got pushed to make room for other characters, which is fine, you know, like that's okay to do for characters, especially with like a roster this thick, you know, of lovable characters. It makes sense naturally for some characters to fall behind and kind of fall towards like the like background and stuff. I feel like Joyce this season was kind of she was okay. There's no real explaining to do. I'm gonna put her top of B tier. Top of B tier for me. Sorry guys. Sorry. Vecna. Oh my God. Is Vecna such a good villain? Holy shit, dude. Vecna is so cool. The way that he's personified, the way that he's kind of alluded to be like anxiety, depression, that fear, that guilt, PTSD. Such a good villain. And his interactions with Nancy, Max, Chrissy, like he's so menacing. So menacing. Such a good villain. I can't wait to see what they do with the storyline, season 5, and to see where the storyline ends. And for this season, unfortunately, I think he has to be the top of S tier. This season would not be as good if it wasn't for Vecna. Vecna made this season what it is. Okay. Bunk. Hey. She's not worse than these two. She's definitely not worse than these two, but she's definitely there. Who is this? Is this the basketball player that got killed by Vecna? He was cool. I'll put him right there. Yeah. Fuck you too. Matter of fact, Jason should be last. Jason, you're last. Fuck you. Will Byers. Beating that dead horse again. Main characters got pushed back. I do feel really bad for Will. I seriously have such a soft spot in my heart for Will. And to see him go through what he's been going through, and then to have Mike not really realize, or have Mike kind of ignore him, sucks. Like, that shit hurts. Especially with, like, the whole thing that in season 3 of Mike saying, well, it's not my fault that you don't like girls. Like, that shit is, like, Will's storyline is so fascinating to me. Because I think at this point, he's gay. Like there's no real arguing that fact anymore. He's just gay, which is fine. And it's the 80s. It's the 80s in Hawkins, like Indiana. So it makes sense that he's doesn't feel comfortable talking about it at all. It makes sense. It's the same thing, however, with the California storyline, where he's kind of like, like he's okay. I think he's over Mike for me though. So he's right under Brenner, C tier. Or matter of fact, he might be over Brenner. I think Will's over Brenner for me this season. Yeah. Lucas. My boy Lucas. In Volume 1, well, for most of Volume 1, I was so scared for what they were going to do to Lucas's character. I thought they were going to massacre him the way that they massacred Mike and Jonathan. But they didn't. They actually doubled down and make him way more likable in my book. He was caught up in the clout. He got lost in the sauce for a bit. But when his friends needed him, when he needed to step up, he was there. He was there. And for that, I think I am going to give him right above Erica. And that scene at the end with Max literally broke my heart. The Erica, get help! Please, Max, stay with that shit. That shit hit. That shit hit. Lucas's character, amazing this season. You know where you're going, buddy. Murray Bauman. Murray was a GOAT this season. Murray did so much this season. He did so much this season. Holy shit, did he do a lot. Murray, I think he has to be A tier. I think he's the bottom of A tier for me. Actually, I think it might be over Erica. Is he over Erica? I think he might be over Erica. A matter of fact, no. Murray is the king of B tier for me. The king of B tier. Absolutely. Nancy. Nancy's so cool. She's such a badass. Nancy is so cool. She's so cool. Her storyline with Steve this season was, I could have done without it. But man, when she shines, dude. Nancy has grown so much. She's grown up so much. And for that, she's A tier. I think even above Lucas for me. Or actually, no. She's between Erica and Lucas. She's between Erica and Lucas for me. 100%. Nigga, fuck you. Pause the Dutchie on the left hand side. The best part of the California storyline this season. Argyle was so fun. He was such a fun character. Such a fun character. He served his purpose as a supporting cast member. He served his purpose. he 1000% served his purpose. Absolute hilarious. Serves his purpose for the comedy relief, but also seemingly cares a lot about Jonathan and cares about helping him and cares about helping him with his issues with Nancy and just being there for Jonathan. And for that, he's B tier for me. Yeah, right there. Yuri, didn't really like him. Still don't kind of like him. He's pretty funny, and he did come in clutch, so I'll give him C tier. But he's under Creel for sure. Dustin. Every single tier list I've done for Stranger Things, y'all know where he's at. S tier. Dustin is such a good character. He made me cry like a baby when he was saying goodbye to Eddie, when he was talking to Eddie's uncle, when he was just dealing with Steve, dealing with Eddie. He's such a good character. Dustin is such a good character. And Dustin hasn't even had like a main storyline. Like he's not the focus of these storylines, but he's carrying them so much. He's doing so much, man. It's such a good thing to see Gaten Mataranzo. I butchered your name, my boy. I'm sorry. But the way that he acted this season, oh my god. Give these kids awards. Please. These actors are so good. They're so good. And I'm saying give these kids, when he's like probably my age, like I'm 20 years old. I think he's probably like 18, 19, 20. So I can't really call him a kid. But man, was Dustin so good. I think he's under Max for me this season. Under Max, Eddie, yeah. But he's definitely S tier. He's 1000% S tier. Last but definitely not least, we got Robin. I loved Robin season 3. I genuinely loved her character. I felt like she was such a great pairing for Steve. And then to find out that she was gay, this added that extra complexity to her character. Well, not complexity, but added that extra layer to her character. That she's more than just another girl for Steve. You know what I mean? She's such a good character. She's such a good supporting character for Steve, for Nancy this season too. For that, I think she's also A tier, but maybe the bottom of A tier for me. She did come in clutch though, because she was the one that put it together, the whole music thing, which saved Max the first time. But, you know, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Actually, yeah, I think this is my tier list. I don't think there's anything that I really want to change around. I'm sorry. Hopper is... Yeah. Hopper and Steve gotta move. Other than that, I think I'm content with my list here. Yeah, this is my list, my betas. If you agree with me, or if you disagree with me, comment down below. Let me know what your tier list would have been like. If you have any questions as to why I feel a certain way about a character that I didn't really talk about, feel free to ask me down below. I will answer them. But yeah, this is my Stranger Things Season 4 character tier list. If you all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. It's me, your boy Nightwolf. I will catch you guys in the next one. Say you with me, say you with me. Peace.